Hi, this is Dr. Cersei with a quick review over what we went over on Wednesday. We transitioned from a discussion of medieval literature to Renaissance literature, and our big question was, what is the difference? Well, there's two huge changes, a change in education and a change in religion. So the Renaissance tends to group the 1,000 years of the Middle Ages together, and the humanists, the educators, tend to poo poo the medieval age because of its education and look to classical Rome and Greece as the real seat of knowledge. And the religious reformers of the Renaissance tend to look at the Middle Ages as a bunch of corrupt Catholics and look back to the early church for a purer version of Christianity. That brings us to the difference between Catholicism and Protestantism, which is one way of getting at what I think is the biggest difference between a medieval and Renaissance worldview, which is the community versus the individual. We talked about the difference between thinking about a nation as one body, as we read in the excerpt from John of Salisbury, and the type of worldview that Pico della Mirandola gives in his Oration upon the Dignity of Man. And we also talked about how there's positives and negatives with each of these views. With the communal view, there's a sense that the entire society is working together, it's a whole, but there's also definite hierarchy. You can't really move around. If you're born afoot, you stay afoot. On the other hand, there is a freedom with Pico della Mirandola's view of what the individual can become. It's up to the person to choose. God makes them have flexibility, but on the other hand, you're not doing that with anyone. And so we're going to pursue this theme of community versus the individual throughout this unit.